Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Professor Jank, and today we're going to be talking about this thing here. So Munkidori, right? Is it a problem? I feel like it's getting to the point where it is definitely a problem. Should it be banned? I'll leave that up to you to decide, not me. I know Landon's got his own. Anyways, is Munkidori too powerful? So first off, the most powerful part of Munkidori definitely seems to be the Adrenabrain ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any darkness energy attached, you may move up to 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponents. That seems to be the reason why it is most to take damage counters from one of your Pokemon, throw it onto theirs. It can fix math in every deck. Because it's so difficult to get one-hit KOs, most likely you're going to have a Pokemon with damage on it, and Munkidori can help fix some of that math. You know, if you just a little bit extra, you know, Munkidori can get you there. Adrenaline can be used once per Munkidori in a turn as well, which is another area where it is a bit flawed. Because if there's 4 Munkidori out, all with darkness energy attached, A, congratulations. B, you get to move 120 damage from one of your Pokemon onto your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. And removing that damage makes it to where your Pokemon are more likely to survive a follow-up hit. So all that is coming from just that little text box is the ability. We can also talk about Mind Bend, 2 energy, 6 damage, your opponent's active. It's good in certain situations. It's a decent backup attack. You know, I think Munkidori should be considered for an attack more often, but you know, I still think it's good. And then seeing how Mind Bend needs a psychic and a colorless, that colorless opens up space for that darkness energy. Now there's many different ways you work. There's the luminous energy. You can use Earthen Vessel to go search for a psychic and a dark. You can attach one per turn, but then you also got Crispin, which you can use to search for a psychic and dark. Crispin will attach one, then you attach from hand the other, and you've got Munkidori. And then they're confused. And if one thing I've learned about confusion, if your opponent is confused, they will do everything they can to attack without being, which can put them in some difficult areas. But yeah, Munkidori seems really it also fits in every deck. Here we have some deck lists that include this card. This I got from Limitless TCG, and it's just funny to me. Like, normally when you look at something like this, you would see like a couple different finishes from a couple different, but because Worlds was not too long ago, we have nothing but Worlds finishes here for Munkidori, and you can see it's in the number 1 deck, the number 2 deck, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and if you expand this further, it just keeps going and going. It is ridiculous. But it's good in Gardevoir, it's good in Dragapult, it's good in Zoroark, it's good in Goldango, it's good in other things as well. So it basically fits every deck. Some decks choose not to play it, and I understand why, but I think it's just about every. And That's where I start wondering, how do you counter Munkidori? And that seems to be the reason why it's so freaking good. You can't counter it very easily. This is what we have. Mostly ability lock, right? Because with no ability, Munkidori becomes just a normal Pokemon. But with that ability, the Adrenabrain, Munkidori is one of the most devastating forces in the TCG. And here are all the ability lock cards I found currently legal in the TCG. We got Klefki. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, basic Pokemon play have no abilities. Cool. Klefki, a 70 HP Pokemon with a terrible attack. Yeah. Now your Munkidori doesn't have abilities. Now what are you gonna do? Oh, boss's orders, and then Klefki's on the bench, or you just knock out the Klefki, and so next turn I gotta get Klefki out and get into the active, and then what, attack with it unless I have a hidden runner. Like, it's difficult, right? And you're getting a prize for that, and I'm getting a prize, and like it's just not the best situation. We got Fluttermane. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities, which only works if Munkidori is in the active, which is unlikely to happen. Munkidori is mostly a bench sitter after all, so Fluttermane really doesn't do anything. We've got Iron Thorns EX. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, the Pokemon with Rule Box in play have no abilities except for future. So, that doesn't target Munkidori because Munkidori is not a Rule Box Pokemon. Team Rocket's Watchtower. Colorless Pokemon in play have no abilities. Munkidori is not a colorless Pokemon. Ting Lu EX. I almost missed this one. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's Pokemon in play that have any damage counters on them have no abilities except for X. Sure, Ting Lu can shut off their abilities, has a bit more HP than Klefki, has a better attack than Klefki, but who's playing Ting Lu? right. So yeah, like Klefki and Ting Lu seem to be the best ability lock we have. Klefki only works on basic Pokemon, Ting Lu only works on damaged Pokemon, but both of them have to be in the active spot for that to trigger, right? So that's the annoying part, right? We need better. We need a hero. We need something that can lock all Pokemon abilities without having to be in the active. And that made me think of Garbodor. With the Garbotoxin ability, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon Tool card attached to it, each Pokemon in play in each player's hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities. That's pretty cool. Turning off all abilities except Garbotoxin. So you can't use abilities, but neither can your opponent. That would be something that you would really need, you know? And I looked through what we currently know about the Mega Evolution set. It doesn't look like we're getting anything that can do that. So Munkidori will continue to be a pain in everyone's side. And that's it. This was not a very hopeful video, but I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me what you think. You know, is Munkidori actually a problem, or is it just a good card? What advice do you have for players struggling against Munkidori? Thanks for watching. I hope you found this informative. Please do all the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before my birthday, which is the same day that Landon has. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially my members being, who are they now? Sorry, it's been a while since pretty sure Link Hawkins is still there, still across the pond as well. Is Clinton still there? Let me check. Oh, maybe not. says, nope, I only got 2 members left. Clinton, thank you for being a member for as long as you were. Hopefully we'll see you again in the membership list. And of course, thank y'all for watching. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.